Hello, Waddy, can you hear me?
Hello, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Waddy, I was waiting a confirmation for you about the timing. When is your school starting? You told me 10, right?
Yes, it started today.
Ah, okay. And you didn't need to change the timing of the class because you started the school?
Yes, I don't need to change it for Monday. However, for Wednesday, I do need to change it to 5:30 a.m.
5:30 a.m. Okay.
And then after, like when your school opens, then we can change it to another time or day.
Okay. Yeah. Now it's clear. Uh, and was the homework difficult?
Um, because I didn't do the class 12 homework, the class 12 homework was easy. But then, well, not easy, but like easier than I thought. But then for the class 13, I thought kind of like thinking about it took quite a while. And my mom, she did comp sci before, so she kind of helped me through this one.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So she helped you in again in class 13 homework.
Yeah, a little bit, and
Okay.
because I wasn't really like able to kind of think about, especially like the slope part of it, and then also like the static, like where the static would come in.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Are you able to share your code with me?
Oh, I wrote the code on my iPad. Right now, I'm joining on my laptop.
Okay. Can you describe at least to me from what you can see that how you did your slope?
Uh, so for my slope first, because they were like, you said to include like the static stuff. So I did inside the public class main, I said public static and then the double average. And then you'd have to return it. So it's int x and then int y and then return. And then I did x plus y with brackets and then divided by 2.0.
That's
And I made
average,
sure,
right?
yeah, that's the average. And then for the double slope, public static double slope, I did int x1, int y1, and then int x2 and int y2. So it's like coordinates. And then return. And then I said double y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And that's like um the point, like the slope formula thing. And then I did public static int difference. So that's like to find like the um difference between them, and
Hmm.
that's int x int y, and then I did return x minus y. And I think what kind of confused me is like what I should be returning and what I shouldn't be. And then the next one was public static int square int x, and then return x square, but I wrote x times x.
Excellent. Okay. What about the
And then
distance?
yeah, the double distance. So I did public static double distance int x1 int y1, and then int x2 and then int y2, and then I did int and then I wrote like, for example, did like the difference of x. So int dx equals difference x1 x2, and then int dy equals difference y1 y2, and then I returned it. This was where I was kind of confused. I did return math, and then I did square root, and it's square, and then dx plus square dy, and that was like the part my mom had to help me.
Aha, excellent. So now you understand that you are able to call methods from inside another method. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you think that this is helpful? I mean, wait, I'm not talking about the exercise itself. I'm talking about calling methods from another methods.
I find it useful, but
Confusing?
yeah, it is still like quite confusing. If I were to say like percentage of how I understand it, it's like 60%.
Aha, okay. That's interesting. Okay. And it's good to be honest about it. Okay. Mm, okay, let me start sharing with you. Um, so yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
See here. Okay, so this is the slope, okay? And we know that slope we are using. So when you said it to me, like when you describe it to me just now, you didn't use a difference, right? You didn't use a difference method, right? You
No.
just said y2 minus y1. It's still okay. But if you have a chance to simplify that by calling another method to do that for you, that will be slightly easier if you get used to it. The point here, when you write this kind of thing here, so if you write return, so it means that you have to write y2 minus y1, and then you divide it like this, x2 minus x1. So that's slightly longer. You already know and you already have a way to pass two parameters to a method and it will return the difference to you. So it will be slightly easier for us to make use of that instead of just doing the, uh, how to say, uh, the subtraction here. Okay, so it means that if we later on we need to simplify our code, we can just call other methods like we did here. So do you see that here I make a casting for double to make sure that the slope return double here like this, and I call the difference 2 times and I put the division. I didn't put them in one line because of the space, only because of the space.
Okay.
Is that clear or is difficult?
It's clear.
50% still or 60% still or slightly better?
I would say like 70%.
Okay.
So I don't need to like write the um like the formula or the equation again. I can just call it.
Yes. Yes. So if you
Okay.
have a method that is already achieving something, you are able to call it, pass it the parameters, and it will do the job for you. So this is an example of how actually we call the slope method. So the slope method, we pass it 4 parameters. We are talking about, if you look at the back here, we will be able to see that um, the initial thing is I'm passing x1, then y1, x2, then y2. And what I did here, this is just an example of how we really can call the slope method. I pass it 4 parameters. The 4 parameters need to be numbers. So this is x1, y1, this is x2, and y2. And then I will start to say 5, which is y2, minus y1. So 5 and minus 1. So I pass the 2 parameters to the difference method, and then I divide. And then I am passing x2 and x1. So this is x2, which is 3, and x1, which is 2. So I'm passing it to the method difference, and it will return something to me. Whatever it returns, it will be this number in this case, and this will return 6. And I will divide both of them, and then I will cast the value returned into double, like what you are seeing at the moment. Is that clear or still difficult a bit?
No, this one is more clear.
Okay. Okay. So again, when you use distance, we also can make use of other methods and functions. So we don't have to reinvent the wheel. So, okay. As you can see from the function definition, distance, it takes x1, y1, x2, y2, and then I'm able to make it in one step like this, which is just putting return, and then I start to make the calculation. But there is many ways to also simplify this in many steps to make it clearer for us. So first of all, we need to make a difference. So you call the difference using x1 and x2, and then like what you are doing here, the difference, x2 and x1, you call the difference also on y2 and y1. You are able to save that into a parameter, so sorry, a variable. So you are able to say, we know that the difference return double or not double or integer. Difference, can we see here? Difference. Okay, difference here return an integer, right?
Yeah.
So I pass it any two parameters, it subtract them and return an integer. So if I look here, I am going to be sure that, okay, so I can say integer x underscore difference like this. This is another way to do the same thing here. I'm just showing you, I can call the method difference and I pass it x2 and x1 like this. And then I can say int y difference equal difference. And I put y2 and y1 like this. It will return something to me. So this is the initial value that I'm putting here. I'm able to square it. So to square it, I can put integer square square x, for example, like this. And then I can say how to do a square. So I can call the square method like this. And I put what? I put x difference. I get this variable, I pass it as a parameter to the square method, and it will multiply this by itself, and the result will be saved here. Is that complicated? A bit.
A bit, but I understand what you mean by like where it stores and all that.
Okay. Let me see. So it means that we need to work more on your understanding of this concept, right?
Yeah.
Which is more complicated, to use one line like this or to do the steps one by one? So I took this first, these two, I do it here. And then I needed to make a square out of the integer difference of x1 and x2. And then I will take another square to make to square the difference of y2 and y1, and then put it in a variable. And then later on, I can add them and put it in mass square root. I would say that, is it possible to write this function definition?
Yeah.
Okay,
For me, I would say that the one line is a bit like, I guess, more
complicated?
confusing.
More
Yeah,
convenience or more complicated?
more complicated to like understand.
Oh, really? Okay, then okay. So first of all, so don't write this line, just write the definition here. So write this line and this line, which is the closing curly braces, inside a driver class, a main driver class. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've finished.
Okay. So are you able to share?
Yeah. Can you see my screen?
It is started sharing, but I didn't see it 100% yet.
Can you see it now? Should I
No.
try again?
Yeah. Yeah. Try again, please. Okay, I can see it. Excellent. Yep. Okay. Are you able to, on line 11, can you use the method difference and save the result from the method difference into a variable that's called X difference?
Oh, so I create a new method for.
No, don't create a new method, just make a method call. So,
Oh.
no. Okay, so I got it. I got what you, yes, now I can annotate. So I would say write int X difference equal, and then call the method difference. Okay, can you call the method difference and pass it? So difference here, and then, okay, that's good. And pass it x2 and x1. Okay, good. Make a semicolon. Okay, and copy that line and make another one for y difference. So change the variable name, make it y. Yes, pass it y. Yes, okay, good. So we know that what we need to do is we need to get a difference of x and add it to a difference of y, and we need to square them here. Am I right? Isn't that the formula? So
For the distance formula?
yes. So the distance formula is what? You still remember?
Oh, it wasn't y2 minus y1.
Okay, so it is the difference. Yes, yes, you are correct. But okay, look at the code or the exercise that I given to you. X1 minus x2, y1 minus y2. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, which means that I can say here, this is different in x and the different in y. So this is your variable here, and this is your variable here. So, which means that after this step, you need to square x difference. Do you know how to square x difference?
Math square root. Oh wait, no, that's square root. Isn't there like a square?
Yes, there is a square. Yes, correct. How to use it? Can you write math dot?
Oh, wait, that's square.
Put math dot, and then see if there is a list that's coming out. Remove this more. Yeah. Oh, there is nothing coming out. And I believe you are not able to refer to previous code. Am I right? You don't
no.
keep the okay, so you don't this is an issue we need to recover from. Okay. I would say for the moment, can you make a method that is doing the square?
Oh, yeah. So should I just write so I wouldn't use math, right? It would just be
You can use
int.
math if you remember. You still remember math? You don't remember it, right?
Oh no.
Okay. So if we use math dot power, I'm able to pass a number and I can raise it to the power of 2. So here, this is 5 to the power of 2.
Can I do x or
So you need to, I mean, okay, what do you need to square? It's the difference of x, right?
yeah. So
So
x2 minus
no, you need to, so the difference is already saved inside that variable, which, so this become the delta x and this become the delta y. Yes, you're correct. Yes, correct. Yes, perfect. Okay.
do I do it for y?
Y, yes. Okay, that's perfect. But now you already this will return to you the difference raised to the power of 2, but you didn't save it. So you call this method, it will do the calculation, but you didn't save it. So how can you save it?
Isn't it the returner?
So no, when you call a method that is ready, which is from the mass library, you need to save it to a variable. So there is, I mean, there is one choice here for us, and we need to actually save this function call to a variable. Do you know how to do that? You need to put equal, and you need to create a variable here that you can use later. And also the same here. But what kind of variable? You will create a variable that is of type double or of type int. Which one? You still remember?
Oh,
In most of the mass function, if you forget, it return a double. Most of the mass functions.
oh,
So what is the variable name in this case? You created the data type, which is correct. But did you create a variable name here?
no, not yet.
Okay. What do you want to call it? Square x?
Yeah.
Okay. So to make it clear, make the x here capital and the y also capital. Okay. So we squared, I mean, okay. What I did now, I calculated the difference of x, the difference of y. I already raised both of them to the power of 2. Am I right? So what is remaining? What is the process that is remaining now?
Oh, you still need to add them and then square root it.
Excellent. Do you know the function that make a square root?
It was the math.sqrt.
Perfect. Is that difficult to be done? Can you make it on the next line?
Or do I need to create double?
Yes.
What square?
You can call it result because this is the final thing that you're going to do. Result equal. Okay, that's good.
And then I do x no, square x plus.
Yes, correct. Plus square y. Okay. So last step that you need. try to actually, can you run?
Make a oh,
He will give you. So he say I can't find the difference, right?
yeah.
Okay, why? Why do you think he is asking or telling us he can't find the difference? Difference is a method. Did you define it in this context? You call the method difference, but you did not define it. Do you know what is the function definition?
Wait, so it didn't like so over here, did it not find the difference between these two? Oh, because I didn't say what was X and what was.
No, you didn't say what is difference. Difference is a custom method that you created. You created it in the homework,
Oh.
but you didn't write it here in this code. So at the moment, he doesn't know what is the difference. So if you would like to see the definition, let me share. I will share to you so that you don't waste time. So if you let us go up here fast. So I think I can share with you, this is average and this is the difference. So you can quickly write this method definition, which is called difference. So difference will take two inputs and will return x minus y. So put this definition, method definition, put it before we put the distance method. So distance method will be public here under public static. I think we said double, if I'm not mistaken, and we put distance here, and then we put our 4 variables here. Before that line, put this method definition. Is that possible? Do you know the
Yeah.
difference between a method definition and a method call?
A method call is when you just call the method to make it run, but then
The definition
is where you like state what it is. Like for example, return X.
Exactly. Correct. 100% correct. Yes. So do it. And once you do it, start to save, please. Sorry, start to share. Are you done?
I'm writing the pub. Do I write it like does it matter if I write it after like the
Yes, it will matter. The arrangement matters. Why? Because inside distance, you're calling difference. So if he doesn't know what is difference before you call it, he will actually complain about that. Many times he will complain. So it's better if you are calling a difference inside the distance, put the difference first. Put the difference method definition first.
First. Oh.
Is it done?
Yes, but it still says there's an error.
Okay, share with me, please, so that we. Okay, so illegal start of expression. Where is that? Because we put here, so on line 10, we put semicolon and we don't put semicolons here. Here, this one. Okay, now start to run, please. Okay, public static. Let me see here. You say illegal start of expression. That's because we started here curly braces. We didn't close it. So please close it here. On line 19, close the curly braces. Excellent. Run. So we are fixing problems, right? So we are missing a return statement. So on line number 19, see, where is the error? Line number 19 here. So he is telling that you already finished your code of the method definition, but you said you will return double, but you never write a return statement. So missing a return statement.
Do I write return double?
Yeah. No, we don't write return double. We write the variable name. So we don't return a data type. We return a variable that contain data. So yes, this is correct. Put a semicolon and you are done. Okay, any errors?
No.
Okay, but we actually did not do or calculate the distance. So any idea how to calculate, how to actually call the distance method?
To call the distance?
Yes.
Wasn't it the
This is a definition. I didn't call the distance. Tell me if I ever called this in this code. Where do we call methods? Is it inside here or inside here?
No. You still need to create like the to call the distance. You still need to do like another like method, I think.
No, we just need to write distance inside here to call it. So this is a definition, but I didn't call it.
Oh, okay.
So if you write here the word distance and you pass 4 parameters or 4 numbers, you will be able to do the calculation for the distance between these 2 points. So
I call it from line 20.
no.
Oh no, not line 20.
Line 23 inside the void main.
Would be distance.
Yes, correct. And then okay. So whenever we call any method, we have to open brackets like this. Okay.
And so I put in a int.
No, we don't put int. the int only appears on the method definition like this. So what do we need to pass here? The actual values of x1, y1, x2, and y2. So you have to pass 4 parameters. Let me give you the value for x1, put 2. The value for y1, put -1. So how you do that? You inside the curly braces, you put 2, comma, -1, comma, 3, comma, 5. So again, put 2, comma, -1, comma, 3, comma, 5, comma. Okay, that's good. So try to call or try to run to see if it works. You will see no output.
So do I print it out?
Yes, you need to print it out. So do you know the method of printing out?
Don't I just print out this one result?
This is okay. Whenever we call a method that returns something inside the main, we got 2 ways. Either we put this method inside the print statement, or we save it in a variable and we print it out. So I can say, so yeah, your distance return a double. So I can say, okay, yep, create a variable. What is the variable name? And then you put equal, and then comes here the method name. Yes. So answer. So you saved whatever going to be returned from the distance calculation into an answer. Now print answer. Okay. Can you run and see if there is a result? Okay, so now you see an answer, right? So this is the real distance between these 2 points. Is it okay? Somehow clear? So
yes.
So you see, we did the calculation not in one line to simplify the thing for you. We can do it on this way. It takes longer lines and even time, but if it is simpler for you than writing one line, then it's okay. So you have you know now that you are able to put everything here in one equation in one line, but sometimes it looks a bit complicated, right? So it's better to divide it into steps like this. So far, is it clear?
Yes.
Still 70%? It doesn't move to 80?
I think it's 70% because I haven't like exercised it on my own yet.
Okay. Okay. But do you understand what we are saying so far?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So please stop sharing and then I will start on my side here. Let me see. I think I can. Okay. Okay, let me go back. One last concept to finish our topic here. Let me check here. Where are we putting it? Yep. Okay. Yep. So the topic that we need to cover here is we need to understand how a string behaves whenever we try to change its content. So this is a string. Am I right? We have here double quotation as a start, another marking double quotation to mark the end of a string. So this is a string variable. It's called str. I call a method that's called repeat. I have shown you in the previous class what will happen if I call a primitive data type, which is an integer, and I try to change it inside a method. So I would like to share with you how the string behaves when I try to change a variable inside a method. So this is a variable that's called str. It contains hi. and I pass it to a method. What is the definition of the method here? It's defined here. And then after the method finish, the method call finish, this is a method call. Method call. And this is the method definition. So I call the method, I execute this one line, I reach the curly braces of closing, and then I continue running again to the main. So I print what? I print str. I would like to know if the value of str is affected or changed inside the method repeat or not. So actually, strings, we will start studying it. I believe we should be able to do it today. It's actually an object data type. It's not a primitive data type. It behaves, suppose, different from primitive data types. What is a primitive data type? It's integer, double, char, and Boolean. But objects is different, totally different from primitive data types. The method here do what, in your opinion? Can you see here? Can you look at what the repeat is doing?
It's adding text and text.
And saving it back into?
To text.
Okay. So, in your opinion, if I put high initially in the variable str, and then I pass it to the method repeat, what should be the output from this line?
Shouldn't it be high, high?
Excellent. So it will be high, high, like that. Okay. But if I try to print out to the screen the value of str, will it print high or high, high?
It would just print high.
Why?
Because when you're saving it, like when you do text equals text plus text, it doesn't change like the value of the string.
Okay, so you are getting this information based on what we have studied on the previous class, which is a primitive data type. But the string, what you are saying is correct, but for a separate reason from what we have learned before. There is a reason behind that. So let me go step by step here. So whenever you create a variable of type string, actually it is not behaving same like primitive data type. So again, a primitive data type contains a value, which means that if I create integer x equal 10, so I will reserve a place in the memory and I call it x. Inside that place in the memory, I will put 10. But string variables are actually pointer to the data, it doesn't contain the data itself. So you see here, what is inside the str? This is the str place that is reserved for the variable string. It contains what? It contains a reference to the data, which is the address of the data. So it means that he doesn't store the high inside the place in the memory. Inside this place, it contains what? It contains the address where I store the memory. Why? Because the string can be so big. I can say that the string contains, hi, Ahmed, I left the school early. Then I went to buy. So I can write the whole paragraph and I can save it to a string. Does the string know upfront how much is the limit? Does it put a limit for you of what characters you are able to save? No, it doesn't. So it means I do not know upfront what is characters that the programmer are going to save inside the variable str. So that creates a dilemma for me. How can I make the programmer able to put a big paragraph of characters and save it inside the str, and I do not know upfront? So it means that for integers, I know there is a limit. So the limit for integers, I already know it upfront. but there is no limit for the number of characters I can save inside a variable str. So that's why they created it of type object, so that it behaves in this way. We reserve a place in the memory that's called str, but it doesn't contain the data itself, like the primitive data type. It doesn't contain, so if I have double y, so I will reserve a place in the memory that's called y, and I put a double value inside it. In the type string here, I can't do that. I need to treat the string as an object, which means I store here an address. So it is as if you are, instead of putting a house in a place like this, a real house, the house might not be fit in this place. So inside the place in the memory, I put the address of the house, not the house itself. Is that okay? So
Yeah.
in a mailbox, you don't put the house, your house that you're living in, inside the mailbox. You put the address of the house. Okay? So that is just an example of how we do it. So if you understand this concept, how far you understand this concept? Is that a bit clear or still confusing?
This concept is more clear than the other one.
Okay. So now look at here. I created the variable str. I only put hi inside it. And we know that the variable str does not contain the value. It points, or it contains the address where we store this hi. Okay. And I pass this str here, which is containing hi, as an input to my method. My method is called repeat. Okay. So it means that the text will be pointing also to the hi. Okay, so I will not copy hi inside text. I will only make the text point out to hi, to point out to the place that contain hi. And then if I try to print that out like this, so he will print hi, like this. So he will go find what is the address inside text. He will find that, oh, it's pointing to hi. So he will take the content and hi like this. He will also find whatever the address you put here, and which is pointing to hi. So he will get it, he will fetch it, he will concatenate them because of the plus sign like this. So let us move here. Can you look here?
Yeah.
Okay. So I added one extra line here. Okay, so the extra line say that instead of only printing text, which will print hi, I would like also to save the hi added together inside the text variable. So when you do that, there is something that is specific to strings that say that this is not an integer. Whenever you try to assign a new value to a text variable or a string variable, I will ignore the previous content. I will create, Java will internally create a new variable that contain this hi, which means it can simply means that any string variable, it's immutable, which means that its content cannot be changed. But Java still allow you to change the content. Yes, it does this. But it does this by ignoring the reference to the old value and creating a new place in the memory that contains the new value. So the new value should contain hi. So I will no longer, this text variable will no longer point to hi. It will start to point to a new position in the memory that's called hi. Does it make sense?
Yeah. So then, it basically, so it replaces hi with that, but then for the main memory, it doesn't.
So the main memory is not affected. This is the str from the main memory, right? It's pointing
Yeah.
to high. This does not affect at all. There is no effect. This str will still point to high. But what is going to be changed? When I try to assign a new value to the text variable that I have here, this text variable initially was pointing to the same value that is being pointed by str. Both of them have been pointing to the same place in the memory. But once I say, once I come to this line, I try to assign a new values, I can't change high. The variables of type string does not allow this. So it allow me to create a new place in the memory and start to store an address for it inside the text variable. So this is a text variable. Now str looking into high. Now text does not look into the same place. Why is that? Because I try to assign a new value here. Previously, both of them was looking into the same place. So does it make sense here?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, it makes sense, but this is one of the difficult points that, because it have a lot of imagination. Okay, so this is one of the difficult points. So, but we need to understand it. So initially you will understand it 50-60%. When we work on this concept more and more, that will, the understanding level will increase. So tell me, please, do you have questions to me? Hello. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Waddy, can you hear me? Waddy. Waddy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. So I would like you to read this, please. Read the text here.
You cannot erase or rewrite the words in a locked book. To change a text, Java must print a completely new book.
So can you read also the text here in black here?
String is an object, but strings are
Immutable.
Immutable. Once created, its value cannot be changed. Methods like substring or
Concatenation.
build and return a new string rather than modifying the current string.
So that is what I tried to explain to you. We can't, if we try to change any string object. So, okay, let me give you an example. So if I have a string like this is not only in methods, that is everywhere. So if I try to create S1 and it contain I, and if I try to say S1 equal H. So if I do that, if I try to do change the content of S1 that I already initialized and declare here, so it will ignore. So S1, we said that the location S1 contain what? It contain an address. It doesn't contain I. So where is the I saved? In a place of the memory that have an address. This is an address here. So, and S1 points to the location in the memory that contains the I. Now, if I reassign S1, so I will create a new place in the memory that contain H, and then I will remove the address here that point to I, and then I will put, let me assume that this is not address, this is address 1. So now here it will be address 1 and it will be pointing to the place that contain H. Why? Because I try to do reassignment of the value inside S1. This is only specific to strings. is not the same with integers. Integers is different. So if you have integer and you have x and it contains 10, and you try to say x equal 11, are you able to follow up with me? Waddy, are you able to hear me? Waddy?
Yes.
Okay, so Waddy, what I want to say, this is a primitive data type, if type integer. I can say initially here, I put inside x 10. There is no address here. I'm saving the value itself in the same place of memory like x. So if I come here and try to assign x to become 11, so I will remove the 10 and then I will put 11. I will not reserve a new place in the memory. I will just rewrite the content here. This is not the same like strings. Strings behave differently. Inside the place in the memory that contain the string, I put an address of where I'm going to store the real data. Why? Because strings can be huge in size compared to integers and doubles. That is one of the main reasons. So we are not able to accommodate or reserve a place here that can carry everything that is stored inside a string variable. That is the reason. So you can write a whole book and store it in one string variable. To do that for Java, to do that for you, and not to limit your characters that you're able to store, you need to follow these methods. Okay? So I want you to understand this. Can you write now the code that is here? So can you write this code?
Okay.
And I would say that this is a small mistakes. The closing curly braces should be here.
Okay. I have copy.
Okay, so did you run?
When I run,
Yes.
it says
If you
error.
okay, share with me the code. Should be declared in a file string example. I think, okay. So normally we cannot control. So, okay, you see this main Java. So he is telling you, if you would like to say string example, you should make the file name string example.java. But in this case, our file name is main.java. So let us change this, make it main. And that should run if there is no other errors. Okay, so where did you print hi? You printed hi inside the method. Am I right?
Yeah.
And you print hi where from this? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, 80% or less? 70% still?
80%.
Okay. No need to be shy. It's totally fine. I just need to understand only. Okay. Do you allow me? I know it is a bit late. Do you allow me only 3 minutes more?
Yeah.
Really? Or you are
Yeah.
really tired?
It's okay. I have 2 more tutors after this.
Oh, really? Oh, no. Then, oh, really? So late?
Yeah. It goes on until like 11 or 12.
Wow. Okay. No, I would stop. It's okay. Then, yeah. My heart with you. I'm so sorry. I never do that. Okay. So it's okay. We stop here. We continue next class. Take care.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.